Good evening, lovely tubers. White Mexican back again for another Market Watch Investments video for you guys tonight. I'm going to be showcasing my personal selections, and I hope you enjoy. Getting things started tonight, King Tiger Wangu. There's several different prints of this here in the TCG. This is the OG print dawning as a rare from a very old nostalgic Gen 1 set, Pharaonic Guardian. Really love this set. This was the set that dawned Gravekeepers for us here in the TCG. And it has a really big presence and theme of Egyptian stuff, which is really cool. I like Egyptian stuff a lot. Really cool artwork. This being the original print and the highest rarity that we have here in the TCG. And this is definitely old school anti-meta. One of the first, probably Gen 1 era anti-meta cards. So really cool stuff. And let's go ahead and look at some prices here. Of course, going to be looking at near mint lightly played. Unlimited is roughly around a bone before you factor in shipping. The first edition lightly played is going to be at the bottom of page 1. It's going to be roughly around four or 5 bones when you factor in shipping. Only 2 pages on the market for this, so let's go ahead and see if we can find ourselves a near mint. And then there's a near mint first edition over here for about a little over 5 bones. Then bottoms out around 9. So, not availability for OG first edition prints of the Wangu. Next is going to be Legendary 6 Samurai Shien. This is the highest rarity as an ultimate rare, dawning from Storm of Ragnarok. Really cool set. I've always been a big fan of 6 Samurais. When I came back into the game in the summer of 2011, the 6 Samurais were actually really big. They were completely unlocked with Gateway and Triple Shien and a whole bunch of crazy stuff, so it was some pretty wild shenanigans back then. Near mint unlimiteds are going to be roughly around about 17, around 17 bones for unlimiteds near mints, and goes up to almost just trickling right under 30 towards the bottom of the first page. 4 pages available here on the market for TCGP. No first editions on the first page. Our first editions we dawn on the 3rd page. There is a Spanish print here for 50, lightly played. And then for 51, we get our first English, lightly played first edition. If you guys want a near mint, we'll go to page 4. And we get our first near mint for 65 bones, which happens to be a 3-stack, which is pretty cool. One of my all-time favorite synchro cards for sure. So really quickly, I wanted to spotlight Sky Strikers. So everyone knows Sky Striker realmed the Yu-Gi-Oh realm and just dominated for so many formats and was just a powerhouse deck. And of course, with the artwork being very cutesy anime girls and link-based in the format in that era, a whole bunch of crazy stuff, really fast deck, a lot of searchers, some pretty cool tech cards that they mixed in. And obviously this deck is just got annihilated on the ban list, last couple lists, and no one's really playing this. I mean, I think the only people that are really playing this is the disgusting Mystic Mine build. I know there's a version that runs Mystic Mine that plays this, and they just use Mystic Mine to poke over with the direct attacker, and I completely despise Mystic Mine. Everyone builds their own deck and player's preference. I don't have any respect for anyone who plays Mystic Mine. I don't care what it is. It is the most I don't even have the words. I don't have the words for Mystic Mine. It's just that's a card that is just severely unfortunate. So moving on here, why I wanted to talk about this is because with this being hit very heavily on the list, the prices, no one's really paying attention to this deck, and this is still like a really good deck. Obviously, not right now, but when it gets lifted, and again, White Mexican theory for you guys, everything comes off the list eventually. It's just a matter if it gets errated or not over time, all that jazz. And this is a very beautiful deck core. I mean, the majority of the cards are like an ultimate rare. Obviously, the ultimate rares are still holding relatively good price points. You have Rose, which is a Starlight rare, so if you guys are into that, that's ungodly expensive. You have pretty much all the extra deck and ultimate rare prints here, which are holding value. Besides Kaina's really the only one that's on the cheaper end. Maybe Hayate too. But more specifically for the Magic cards, so Afterburners and Engage. But more specifically for the Dark Saviors, I would definitely go. I'm just saying, I think for compared to what it was, this is insanely cheap, and I think it would be smart to pick this core up, because who knows when this comes off the list, and I definitely can see it being competitive again. And just the sheer weight behind the history and the dominance of this deck alone is definitely going to put some great hype behind it. So I just wanted to spotlight that for you guys really quick. Food for thought. Next is going to be Duelist Saga. So I talk about Duelist Saga and Dual Terminal. They're kind of one and the same. They run parallel for me. I talk about them all the time. Really great stuff. So still to this date, Konami has never reproduced or manufactured this rarity. This special ultra rare rarity here in Duelist Saga has not been replicated, and it's really great. I really bag on ultra rares a lot. I don't like ultra rares. This is one of the very few ultra rare prints that I actually appreciate a lot, and there's a lot of good stuff in this. You guys should definitely put around in this set. One of my favorites is definitely Magician of Faith and Effect Failure. But what I want to talk about is some of the kind of hidden gems in this set beyond just, the amazing, unique rarity of this set. But there's a few cards that I think are really hidden gems that, no one's really talking about, and I want to kind of shed the light. So one of them is going to be Harpy's Featherstorm. So this is an amazing Blackwing / Harpies card / win card, whatever you guys want to use. It can be played from the hand under certain stipulations. This is a really great card. This is technically the highest rarity. This used to be a solo print for the longest time, and then one of the Duelist packs, or the Legendary Duelist packs, reprint as a super rare, but this is still the highest print. Plus it's Duelist Saga, and Duelist Saga is, unique on its own merit alone, so definitely invest in this one. This is a really, really good card. I think this is extremely undervalued, so I definitely check this out. That's one of the hidden gems of the set for sure, kind of on the lower end scale. And then there's a few more cards. There's a lot of amazing popular cards in this set, but again, my goal is to kind of dig a little deeper and go towards the lesser known for you guys. Show you guys something unique and interesting. So moving along here, Legacy of the Duelist is going to be another one of the hidden gems in this set. There's a couple different effects to this card. Really cool artwork, of course, Blue Eyes Dark Magician. What's really cool here, more specifically, is this last effect, where you can surrender your draw phase and basically just pick one of your monsters up from the graveyard. Really cool utility and recycle effect here, and there's just something about that. I mean, I'm a really big anti-meta player, and as an example, like if you need to recycle a Dyna or a Inspector board or whatever it may be. I mean, that's one of the decks that I'm really compassionate about, that I love a lot. And your monster count is very low, so you need to be, you have to be able to recover your monsters or protect your monsters really well. So that's kind of just the idea I had behind that. But this is insanely cheap. It's not even a bone. It's barely a bone if you factor in shipping. Plenty in the market, 5+ pages. So I think that's a really cool card. I have several of these. I mean, again, this set, I invested very heavily in this set. When the set dropped, I believe in 2016, I was in Europe at the time, and I bought I think I bought three boxes or case boxes, whatever they came in. One's still sealed. I have one, of course, still sealed for collectability, sealed purposes, and I think I cracked open 2 of these. But the majority of the stuff that I invested in, I bought in singles, well after, actually, probably a couple years ago. So the next card is going to be Clear Effector. So Clear Effector, I really wish they would have made this a tuner. It would have been too good if they made it a tuner, kind of following suit with Effect Failure. But I think this is really good. So you sync it off, you get to draw 1, and then that synchro monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. And that's just a continuous add-on effect to whatever synchro monster you get. Unfortunately, it's not a tuner, but it is a level 2 light spellcaster, so kind of follows suit with that. Another thing that's the most important thing about this is a solo print. It is a solo print from Duelist Saga, which on its own merit alone is just a really amazing, unique set. So that's the biggest thing for that. So that's all I'm going to say about Duelist Saga for now. I'm going to move into tournament packs. So there was 8 different tournament packs. I can't remember if Champion Pack came before or after tournament pack. But tournament pack is extremely valuable. It's very sought out for on pretty much higher end collectors market, I guess I could say. And there's just some amazing gems in here, and these are just insanely ancient, and it's just really cool. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure tournament pack and champions pack were like the first generations ever of tournament based booster packs for locals and all that. So it was really great stuff. So tournament pack 1, this being the OG first one, we have the ultra rare versions of Mechanical Chaser, just going for like ungodly prices. Super rare Axe Raider, have the super rare Fusion, Patrol Robo, a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And if you look even at the commons and the rares, I mean, the price points for these cards is just insane, even for the rares and the commons. I mean, this is the first of the first. Really great stuff, and there's just insane value in this set. So if you guys have this, you guys have great value. If you guys find this somehow on the cheaper end, on the more affordable end, that's really cool. Next is going to be Tournament Pack 2. So of course we got Super Rare Dragon Seeker. There is a couple rares here. The other super rare was Giant Red Sea Snake. I know this is pretty popular. Super Rare Exile of the Wicked. Of course, the infamous Soul of the Pure. The OCG artwork I actually showcased in a couple videos back, and it's actually completely superior in every way. It's actually really cool. You guys should definitely check that out. But even this one, there's only 2 prints of this and the common, and this is worth money. So again, just like Tournament Pack 1, pretty much all these cards across the board, even the commons, are with really good money. Moving on to Tournament Pack 3, we got Ultra Rare Needleworm. I really like this card a lot. This is by far the highest rarity and hardest to get copy version that we have. A really great card. We got Super B-Skull here. We have a super version, so they reprinted Mechanical Chaser, downgraded to a super rare for this set. And then got Pot of Greed in here. And then this set, Tournament Pack 3, is kind of when it transitions. You see the majority of the commons and the rares, probably because they were reprinted more frequently. Final Flame, this is also another censorship. One of my videos I reviewed the OCG artwork. It's like completely superior. It looks really great to that too. But this is kind of the transition set where you start to see the non-holos really dip really pretty heavily in price. Next is going to be Tournament Pack 4. We have Super Rare Morphing Jar, so I bumped it down from an Ultra to a Super. You can kind of follow suit the pattern here with the reprints here as the sets moved on or progressed in time. This is my all-time favorite version of Royal Decree. Again, I'm not really a big fan of Ultra Rare, but the sheer fact that it says Tournament Pack 4, it's just ancient, it's old, it's really rare. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Royal Decree did not come out of a core booster set. I'm pretty sure, if I have my history correct, that this was the first print that we ever got of Royal Decree, ever. So that's pretty impactful to me personally. I think it's pretty incredible. So this is really great stuff. There's a lot of amazing rarities. There's also the Dual Hobby Parallel Ultra Rares, which it's definitely my second favorite. I love those. And then you'll see later on there's actually a super rare reprint, which actually came in TP6, I think. We have Metamorphosis here, or Megamorph, and some couple other stuff here. But you can see the prices really start to decrease as they move on with the more modern Generation 1 commons. They debunked Needleworm down to a super rare in the next set, Tournament Pack 5. Got Big Shield Gardener as a super rare. Rare Kaiku, Rare Book of Life. And there's really not much value to anything else in here. It's really just going to be the big hitters, which are going to be the holo foils here. Next is going to be Tournament Pack 6. Got Super Rare Cannon Soldier. This has always been pretty big. I know it's got reprinted a couple different times, but for the longest time, the Super Rare Tune Table of Contents, this was always a pretty big hitter. We have Super Rare Royal Decree here, of course, in all its infamy. This is actually one of the only Tournament Pack cards that I have, at least holo versions. I'm pretty sure I have 2 playsets of this that I'm pretty proud of, because, having any kind of at least super rare or higher in any of the Tournament Pack 1 through Tournament Pack 8 is pretty incredible on its own merit alone nowadays. So pretty great stuff. And then again, just really some common stuff, not really a big deal. Will these commons go up over time? Maybe. I mean, you can check trendings, but again, collector's value is pretty much going to be solely down to the super, at least the supers and ultras for the most part, maybe even the rares. You can see over time. I mean, you look at like Legend of Blue Eyes stuff, like Gen 1, Set 1, and I mean, even the commons, more specifically for the first editions, obviously this being a non-core booster set, there wasn't first edition copies, but so we got Super Rare Breaker. This is a pretty big popular one. Fortress Whale obviously is the highest. We have the ultra rare DD Warrior. It's kind of interesting that Fortress Whale being a lower rarity than the ultra rare is less, but it's kind of interesting. I have a lot of these as well. Lost Will. Really like this card. This has been banned forever, but you guys know my theory. Everything comes off the list eventually, just a matter of fact, or matter if it gets errated or not. And then we have the final tournament pack here, tournament pack 8, donning the very legendary, infamous Super Rare Harpies Feather Duster. Just got lifted off the list. I think was it list or two ago. And I personally like the Prismatic Secrets from the game promos, but you know, it's got cardboard on cardboard, so pretty cool. Extremely old, hard to get, so it has a very, very fat price tag. Magical Arm Shield with the Ultra. We got a Super Slate Warrior over here. This is actually really cool. Probably one of all of my all-time favorite super rares is going to be Dunamis Rich. Dunamis, Dark Witch. Anyway, however you pronounce that. Came as a super rare. Really cool. I like that artwork. Obviously, I'm pretty sure this got censored. I think it had a little bit more revealing top in the OCG. Blocker is kind of a creepy card. It's all chopped up in pieces. And that's going to be pretty much it for that set. So, really, really great stuff. Again, congratulations to any of you players who have any of these, more specifically the supers and up, because they're all going for very, very great price values. So the last thing I wanted to show you guys here was just a quick resource tip. So here I'm on canva.com. So this website is pretty good for a lot of different things. There's a certain section of this website that you can use for creating custom thumbnails. There is ways to, purchase a subscription or account and do a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm very simplistic and very kind of light on my customizations and stuff, and this is what I personally use for my thumbnails for my YouTube channel. And you can use these resources completely free. You just sign up, name, email, all that stuff, and you can start. It's really easy to navigate here. You can upload images. You can do different types of text here, and you can just completely customize all your thumbnails, which makes it really, really cool. So here's my thumbnail for the video today, and you can just drag and drop everything. It's plug and play. It's really, really easy. So I think it's an amazing resource, and I think education and awareness and just pushing it out is really, really important. I think all the YouTubers should definitely be doing stuff like this, helping people with resources and kind of helping people figure out how they do what they do, so we can all just come together and make some really amazing content. Link below to my Facebook is going to be in the description. I would love for each and every one of you guys to add me, message me. I would love to talk about anything Yu-Gi-Oh with you guys. Yu-Gi-Oh has been part of my life for almost 2 decades. I'm extremely compassionate about it. It's one of my all-time favorite pastime and hobbies. I think there's a lot of amazing things that this game can bring to every player that's just open and definitely decides to invest some work and time and effort into it. It's a really, really fun game. I hope you guys are making some amazing Yu-Gi-Oh investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.